All right, part 3 for the Liberal Arts Math final exam review. Question 21. Carmen runs a video to DVD transfer business. She charges her customers $20.25 for each video transferred. Her expenses include $1,125 for the equipment and $2.10 for each blank DVD. Which of these equations could Carmen use to calculate her profit P for the transfer of in videos? All right, so we want profit equals, and then a bunch of stuff that we're going to deal with in. All right, so in is the number of videos. So she sells videos for 20.25 times in. That's how much she makes. And then for each video that she sells, assuming that one video goes on one DVD, we need to subtract $2.10 per video. And we also need to subtract this very large equipment fee. All right, this is a good equation, but it's not any of the ones that are listed here. So I'm going to combine these two like terms and get 18.15n minus 1125. And so that's going to give us, option A, to give us the profit. So they have to make so many DVDs before they overcome this equipment fee that they have to pay. Question 22. Tokyo Moto Quad Racers found that its daily profit P in thousands is given by this equation, the quadratic, where X is the number of quad racers manufactured daily. Which of the following is the best estimate for the maximum profit of the manufacturer that the manufacturer can earn per day in thousands? Whenever you see maximum, what we're looking for is the vertex. All right, so the negative right here tells me that the parabola opens upside down, and we're looking for that point at the top, the vertex. So your formula for the vertex, we're going to use x equals negative b over 2a, and here b is 48, and a is negative 3, so 2 times negative 3, which would be 48 over negative 6. Which equals negative 8. Oh, I'm sorry, negative b. So this would be positive 8. And if this were a really tricky problem, they would give you 8 as an answer choice. But it's not the x value that I want. I want the y value, or the p value in this case. So I need to plug in p of 8 back into the equation. All right, so we get 64 would be 8 squared times negative 3 would be negative 192, plus 48 times 8 was a very big number. Let's see, carry the 6, minus 151. So 384 minus 192 is actually 192 minus 151. And we get 41. Yep. So the maximum amount of profit, 41,000, that they can make per day based on that formula. And to be able to answer this question, you really have to know how to find your vertex. Question 28. I cut off the number by accident. All right, question 28. We've got a table, and it illustrates the decay of a sample of radioactive uranium. So whenever you're dealing with a radioactive element, you're going to see the exponent as a variable. And that's what we see here in almost all of them. The last one does not. Actually, B doesn't either. So let's take a look. Which equation best models the set of data where U represents the amount of sample remaining in grams at time x? Well, we can get rid of B and we can get rid of D just because those are not exponential functions, and radioactive decay is an exponential function. Okay, so we're down to A and C. Now we can plug in numbers, especially since their A value, the 500, is the same. That's what you would get for this value right here. When you plug in 0 for x, when your exponent is 0, then the base is 1. So I would plug in this to see if it works. So if I try that with this one here, with A, U equals 500 times 0.49 to the 1 power, that's going to get me 245. That's not what we have here. So let's see if this last option C, 500 times 0.51 to the 1 power, and that's going to give me 255, which is what I want. So I'm choosing option C. Question 24. Which best describes the effect of the graph of f of x equals 3x plus 4 if the x-intercept is changed to -7? Well, if we just change it, that's going to be f of x equals 3x minus 7. Alright, so let's look at our options. The x-intercept increases. Maybe. The new line passes through the origin. No, that's going to pass through -7. The slope decreases. No, the slope is 3 here and it's 3 here. The y-intercept increases. Well, we went from 4 to -7, so it didn't increase. So option A. And kind of a visual of what's going on here is, if I have a line with a slope of 3 going through the y-intercept of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's going to be kind of steep, and it's going to go, well, I missed it. It's going to go through y equals 4 and look like that. And if I change the y-intercept to -7, it's going to be parallel because the same slope. Apologize for my lines here, they're hard to do on this pad. Alright, so we could see that the y-intercept changed from a negative number to a positive number, so it did increase. Alright, we want to simplify this, and our answers are in, they're not quite in, well, yes they are, they're in scientific notation. So to do this in scientific notation, I do 4 divided by 2, and then 10 over 2 divided by 10 to the second divided by 10 to the 7th, which is going to be 2 times 10 to the 2 minus 7 would be -5. Option B. Number 26, the last problem. What are the roots of the quadratic equation? Well, the roots are going to be what answers this. What x value do I plug in to make this equal 0? All right, there's a couple of different options you have here to solve this. We can use the quadratic formula. We can factor. We can use completing the square. The easiest one, I think, out of all three of these would be factoring. If you use the box method or whichever method, you would find that the two factors are going to be x minus 9 and x minus 1. Set those equal to 0. and you're going to find x equals 9 and x equals 1 are your roots.